who'll tell you they know the truth about Waterworld. A truth put together from all their obscure and half-remembered myths and legends. They'll tell you how everything was created in the Great Deluge, how everything came from a single drop of hydro in the beginning, how the first atolls were just remnants left over from the places of the gods that were there before the deluge came. That's what they'll tell you. But I know better. I know what really happened. The world is older than you can imagine, and so are we. There was once dry land everywhere, and peoples living in cities, great atolls on land, with machines and wonders the like you've never seen. But we went too far, and the world rebelled. The frozen hydro at the ends of the seas melted, and reclaimed the land to form the vast, seamless sea. Most of those who came before perished in those days. Perhaps they were the lucky ones. Now no one remembers. All that's left now is the story of how the one God closed his eye to mankind, leaving us adrift and longing for the one thing we've never known, the dream of dry land and water's end. So now you know the truth of things. The world wasn't created in the deluge, it was covered by it. And the cities weren't the cities of the gods, but of our ancestors. We did this, all of us. We're all that's left of our once proud race, sentenced to struggle in a misery of our own making, until the eye of God opens once again and shows us the way to a new home, to dry land and a new beginning, under He who watches.
What, Chief? We can't go on like this. Scavenging. Waiting for hydro to fall from a cloudless sky. Praying to gods who don't hear us. This morning a drifter sailed past and I stopped him and arranged a barter. I gave him almost all our remaining dead and hydro. In exchange, he gave us the location of another atoll, a day's wind away. We've set sail for there. And if they won't accept us, I mean for us to take it by force. I've done what I had to do. Now it's up to you. You've always led us in fighting against all odds, War Chief. Lead us to a new home.
Okay, War Chief. We got ourselves an atoll. Great. We're all gonna die of hydro starve. The damn hydro desal machine's not working. Hasn't been for a while. Those poor fools were worse off here than we were on the raft. That's the bad news. The good news is a drifter sailed by with word of a big atoll. Very organized, supposed to have a working desal machine set in the hull of a sloop. If you're lucky, you can get it and sail it back here. Or just take the whole atoll, whatever's easier. Problem's this. I don't trust that drifter. Something about him. Could be a smoker spy. Could be that atoll of his is just a bunch of smoker boats waiting to pick clean whatever sails in. There's no way to be sure.
Enforcer versus wanting entry. Junk in the dredger can enter for trade. Rest hit the swell. Until you've got 2 chits for trade, then you be gone. Make way for ships to enter.
About the atoll. You decide whether it's worth the risk. Though I got a feeling you'll have to go at any cost, since the final sale probably go to that blasted tally man.
Risk? typical elder's concern. I can't afford to think about things like that in my business. That's an unknown. We need hydro, that's what I do know. Who cares about risk? We gotta go after that machine plain as salt. Besides, you know, a few less people actually helps with my problems. It's not me, understand? It's just the figures. We're rich! Gallons and gallons of grade A hydro, all in one morning. We can barter this for anything we want. That desal machine's gonna produce every atoller's weight in hydro every day. Only problem is staying rich. You atollers are soft as jellyfish, not like them smokers I used to count for. Giving fair trade instead of just taking from the weak, taking in survivors from your raids. You people ought to be ashamed of yourselves. And pretty soon this machinery will be straining to pump out enough just to keep your tongues damp. And I can't say much for them smokers' charm, but at least their crazy way of living kept the population turning over.
Smoker! Smoker! Get out of the sun!
Okay, so we got a mess of guns. Some are very nice, in fact. But we can't eat them. Food's gonna run out and we either need more food or less people. Your choice. You better do something. Oh, sorry, Chief. Just admiring the spoils. Finally, something worth the pull of a trigger. These double nose we took from them smokers make 3 times the hole as the ones we had. Trouble is, I know smokers and they love nothing better than a big bang and a bigger mess. If they know we got these, you can bet they'll be coming back to get them.
News, War Chief, news that could shake the atoll to its core. A man we took from the last raid turned out to be an inventor. When we managed to find a way to communicate, he showed us this. Do you know what that means? Do you know what it could be? The eye of God. The inventor didn't know it by that name. He might not guess the significance of it. He told us of a machine that's been in the family for generations. A machine that could see the way to dry land. No, perhaps it's the eye of God. The machine hasn't worked since he was a child, but he thinks he still may be able to fix it. If he still had it. The smokers took it just before we arrived. They thought it was so important they made off with it and left everything else, including the plant barge. They were just coming back for that when we showed up. You know, I'm convinced this machine is a key to our future, to finding dry land. We must have it, War Chief, we must.
War Chief, our scouts report a trading port ahead, poorly defended. That Barracuda tallyman's spouting about shrinking supplies again, and he's convinced the elders that raiding the port will give us a chance to improve our stockpiles. You've got 5 chists to prepare for taking it.
Now that we know we're in the layman's waters, we must find the machine and this man on the wonderful barge. We must find him. It seems for now that the gods are on our side.
Alarm! A monster! A monster coming up from the sea! What is it?
Monster? The weapons these laymen have, they are more powerful enough to destroy us if they launch a more determined attack.
It's these underwater ships that are the danger. What good are walls, no matter how well defended, if these things can swim right underneath them?
At least we know what we are up against. And it's not magic. It's up to you, War Chief, to end this threat. The enforcers extracted location of the layman's bathing place from one we captured in the attack. We must strike there first, before they can build more of these machines. So strange that for something so small, so many people have been bought, sold, slaughtered, and all of it for nothing, because no one knows how to make it work.
And with the death of the strange inventor in the raid, no hope of finding out either.
We must try to keep the news that we found this from the people for now. But eventually the Taliban must be told. He will want to tell it.
The eye of God, is it? More like the hand of God, sweeping people away by the barge load. Them elders think they're so smart believing in all that bilge. Well, they're smart, all right. They're smart enough to get everyone killed. Not that I mind a few less mouths, makes the counting easier. But since I'm attached to this heap, that means they'll be coming after me, too. See? We're under attack again. This thing ain't nothing but trouble. Go juice. Nothing like a little go juice to get you somewhere. And crisping some skin when you get there. A little hot spot to brighten the day. You know, this puts us over the top in mobility and firepower, I'd say. You know what the trouble is, though? Once you get to the top, everyone just wants to knock you back down. What a world.
Our scouting parties have just signaled by flag. They've sighted an unusual-looking boat just on the horizon. A barge. Take a small party of fighters. Take a closer look.
The reason the seas have gone haywire and why the powers that be on the atoll felt it necessary to risk everything we got just to rescue you. It was all to bring you here for this.
Lucky me.
You know what it is?
I think so. Though I've never actually seen one. I've heard stories about it, but that's just what I thought they were. Stories.
Well, what is it?
Offhand, I'd say it's a navigation device.
A what?
This, I would think, links up with a similar device in the sky, somewhat like a circling star around the Earth, in the manner that this drawing takes on. And if that is still up there, and I should think it might very well be, then chances are it should still be transmitting.
Huh?
Simply put, it's a communication device, and what it communicates is information that will tell you where you are on the seas and what lies ahead.
Oh, everybody seems to think it's this eye of God thing.
Yes, well, I suppose you could call it that. It's a bit poetic for my taste, but accurate enough. It certainly could do what only a god could do, or what man once thought of as gods.
You mean like find dry land?
It's possible. If there is dry land out there, this certainly could find it.
By Triton, you're serious. But it doesn't work. Can you fix it?
Well, that all depends.
On what?
On whether you've got the power enough generator to run it in the first place. And by the looks of this place, I sincerely doubt it. I've heard tell of only one in my life that would be big enough to fuel something like that.
Where is it?
Well, I've heard say that there's one on the Smucker's main atoll. Well, War Chief, since I understand you're the one that's kept risking your neck to get this thing, I guess it's only fitting you be the first one to see whether it works or not.
The traders we're meeting seem stranger every day, and very few of them speak a language we can understand. What worries me is this. A drifter we passed was coming from where we're headed and going fast the other way. He was terrified of something he called the Organo people and warned us to stay away. It didn't make much sense, but I think we'd better be on the alert until we figure it out.
There's a massive strange shaped nose coming!
Well, looks like we'll find out soon enough.
We cannot allow these savages to follow us to dry land. The holy dead of that place must not be tainted by their kind. The inventors resurrected the great weapon he had on his ship, a Zuka, I think he called it. Though the teleman insisted, calling it the splatter tube. We must purge the atoll and destroy them. Purge and destroy.
Purge, is it? That's the kind of talk I like to hear. Makes for a lot less numbers to fuss with. Now the leader's getting the right idea, and with those new splatter tubes, it shouldn't take much to smear the organos over the water all the way to dry land and back.
Fireman coming in! I think it's the Mariner!
Atlas! Atlas! The chosen ones! Those of us who have survived the long journey now see our destiny clear before us. Dry land is not a myth. It exists. It is there rising from the sea before us. But our destiny isn't just to live here wealthy and dead beyond our wildest dreams. Dry land is precious. The only solid place in all the vast seas of the world, and we have been led to protect it, to nurture it. By now you know that the smokers have somewhat made it here before us, ripping and burning, destroying all that's holy in a deluge of evil and insanity. We are here to save dry land, our dreams, and then to pledge our lives and our children's lives to protecting it forever. Now join me and dedicate yourselves to the sacred trust and fight until every last smoker is cast weighted into the depths. Fight! I knew it. I knew this day would come.
It's hard to stand on it. But I suppose one could get used to it.
It's pure, endless supply of water.
You know what the first thing I'm going to do is? Stop counting!
Hey! Over here!
Yeah!
true after all. It was true all the time. Dry land. And we live to see it, to live on it, to be its masters once again, to be fruitful and multiply. I read that in an old tattered book I found once about some teachings and peoples who lived long ago. Now, we have another chance to heed the spirit of those words, to avoid the mistakes of our ancestors, and to remake all the old myths once and for all, and to remember, and to live as we were meant to live, with our feet on the earth. Well, that's it. No dry land, no navigation unit. So even if there was any more of it, it'll never be found. There's nothing left now but what there was before. We're just one in 100 different atolls, hoping to see another day destined to drown in the end. It's probably better this way, rather than go through the horror of seeing it happen all over again. I guess it's nature's fair in her own way. Somewhere out there, in the vastness of the waters, dry land is waiting still. Will any of the last struggling remnants of mankind make it there? Or will it remain unspoiled as the ages pass, growing more fertile as the waters recede, just as it must have been in the beginning? This time it may survive the wiles of a race too proud and smart for its own good, a race now at the mercy of the nature it once conquered. Who knows what the future will bring? Only time will tell.
Oh.